Welcome back to Hustle Up Girl. I'm so excited that you're here today. We are starting a brand new series, so stick around because we're going to talk about creating your professional development plan, and the first step of that is your mission and vision, and you don't want to miss this. Working from home is not easy. I think a lot of people have this very glamorized vision of lounging around in their pajamas and getting to watch Oprah. What decade is this? Oprah's not on TV anymore. Anyway, people have this vision of being at home and just having time to do whatever you want, but there's a lot of work that goes into it. It doesn't really matter what it is you do. It's important to have a plan, have a routine, and part of that is making sure that you are focusing on improving yourself as a professional. Now, there's a step-by-step process I want to take you on that includes the creation of a professional development plan. And this is the first video. The truth is, you can do whatever you want. You don't have to have a mission and a vision. You don't have to have a big picture dream or goals. You can just be someone who enjoys selling what you sell, and that's what you go for. But if you want something bigger, you have to start with a foundation, and that foundation is a mission and a vision. And that's what we're going to be talking about. Now, it's my opinion, and I could be wrong, but my opinion is that if you don't tie your professional development into your mission and vision, it's not going to be as effective, because your mission and vision is your guide. It's the direction that you give yourself and your business in where it is you want to go, in what customer you are searching for, and in what problem you want to solve. So if you don't know those things, then how are you going to know what skills or attitudes or resources you need in order to be successful? So today, the two of us, we're going to make sure that you get yourself a mission and a vision statement, or maybe a mission vision statement, because some people only have one, and that's okay too. The reality is that a lot of people who have a business where they work from home don't have a mission or a vision. So the reason we're going to focus on that is to just provide you with a little bit more of a grounded focus on what direction it is that you're moving. So let's start with a couple of definitions. What's the difference between a mission and a vision? Because I'll be honest, a couple of years ago when I was writing these for myself, I definitely thought they were the same thing, but they're not. A mission outlines what your business or organization is currently doing, who you're doing it for, and what problem it solves. It's pretty straightforward, and it's basically just a statement of what it is you do. Now, a vision is just slightly different because it looks farther forward. It's more about what you want to accomplish in the long term. It sounds like there's a difference, but it's harder to identify what it would look like in a statement that a company or organization would use. So I'm going to give you a couple of examples. The first one is from TED Talks, and their mission is super simple, super short, very direct. It's simply this: spread ideas. That's it. It's super succinct, and it gets across a very significant message. Now, their vision is very different, and I'm going to have to read it off of a piece of paper because it's a little bit longer, and I'm not a great memorizer. We believe passionately in the power of ideas to change attitudes, lives, and the world. So again, the only difference between those two things, because they're both about ideas and about information, but one is about what they're actively doing, and one is about what they believe in and what is their forward-thinking motion. I'm going to give one more idea, and I'm only doing this one because it's IKEA, and I love IKEA, and this is not sponsored by IKEA in any way. I'm just disappointed because I live in Hawaii and we don't have things like IKEA here. I really shouldn't be complaining about living in Hawaii, I realize that. So IKEA's mission is to offer a wide range of well-designed, functional home furnishing products at prices so low that as many people as possible will be able to afford them. I love their low prices. But their vision is to create a better everyday life for many people. All right, so that sounds super fancy, right? You've got these fancy schmancy mission and vision statements for these big companies that have thousands of employees and lots of minds working on how to make it sound as fantastic and fancy as possible. Let's see how many times I can say the word fancy. But it feels very different when you have to create it for yourself. I know that when I was writing my mission and vision, I felt really it just felt messy. So I started looking up other author mission statements. And they're fine, they're out there, and there are plenty of them as examples, but none of them resonated with me. So I started looking at mission and vision statements as a whole, and then trying to translate them into something that mattered to me. And that's what we're gonna do today, because we don't need something that's super crazy and fancy. We just need something that makes sense. So, writing a mission and vision isn't something you can do with the snap of your fingers. But what you can do is grab my downloadable worksheet. I'll link it in the description. This is not something you have to purchase. It's also not even something you have to sign up in order to download. It is just a free download. And it's designed to help you put together your mission and vision. So the first thing I want to do is share with you my mission and vision. So my mission is simply this: to provide consistent quality fiction. That's it. It's really short, really succinct, and very simple. Now my vision is a little bit different. And again, I'm gonna read this off of a piece of paper because my memory is horrible. To be recognized for character-driven, realistic, emotionally powerful, and engaging romance. So the difference between the two is that the mission focuses simply on what it is I'm accomplishing, and the vision is looking at what it is I hope to accomplish in the future. Now, it took me a long time to write these. It wasn't something I did overnight, and that's why you should download the worksheet that's in the description, because it's going to take you step by step through how to create one of these for yourself. The Hustle Up Girl Mission and Vision worksheet is mostly about questioning what it is you're doing, who it's for, and what problem you solve, and then brainstorming words that inspire you, ideas that make sense and connect with you about your business. Then there's this handy little verbs cheat sheet at the bottom with some buzzwords that I personally find helpful, because I definitely visited a thesaurus in order to come up with my own mission and vision statement. On page 2, you'll do some fill-in-the-blank templates and then start drafting your own mission and vision. And that's it. That's the first step towards working on your professional development plan. One thing I just want to make sure to remind you of is not to get bogged down in this step of the process. This is just step 1. It shouldn't take a crazy amount of time. Just allow it to come naturally. Spend a few minutes jotting things down, chat with a friend or a mentor, someone who can give you some feedback. But then let's move on to part 2. Also, don't forget that these are not supposed to be perfect. It's okay for them to be imperfect, and they might change over time as you grow and as you learn. In my opinion, the next section is the most fun part, and that is putting together some tangible small business and professional development goals. I'll see you in video number 2. Bye, everyone.
It's just always recording. She's so good. She got me on my schedule and stuff too. It's perfect. Hustle up guy. See ya, shoots.